Okay. Hello, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Anurag. This is the live session of Solar Eclipse from Ahmedabad. You can see live sun right now.
All right. So the first contact from Ahmedabad will start from 9:55. Is it right?
No, 10:03.
10:03. Okay. So we are just 5 minutes behind the first contact from Ahmedabad. Tanmay sir is showing the live view from Ahmedabad. So Tanmay sir, over to you. Uh,
Yes, good morning, everyone. This is Tanmay Vyas from Tanmay's Amazing Space, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Today, everyone here are excited to see and show the solar eclipse that is going to occur today, that is 21st of June 2020. There are so many specific days to celebrate today. First one is it is the summer solstice. Today in the northern hemisphere, it is the longest day. Today it's a yoga day, International Yoga Day. Today it is a new moon day, so the eclipse is possible. And last but not the least, it's the Father's Day. So I wish everyone different days celebration. Since it is Sunday, everyone would be happy to be at home. And today, me, Anurag, and Gaurav would be trying to show you something that happens now and again, but not as frequent as the new moon and full moon. So there are so many myths, there are so many technical things. All these things would be covered during the whole session up to 1:30 p.m. today. So I wish that you be with us and remain in front of the channel, whichever you are seeing right now. In 2 minutes, I'll be showing you the first contact through projection or through the telescope. The telescope is having a filter which is very safe to view. So other than this, do not use any direct viewing. Otherwise, you may have problem in your eyes, right? Over to you, Anurag.
We are ready with our telescopes. As you can see, we have mounted our telescope right now. And this is Gaurav trying to capture, set his camera to the eclipse. So here in Delhi, sir, it's quite late as compared to Ahmedabad. We are
Correct,
about to
correct, correct.
experience the first contact a bit late than what it's there. It's at 10:21.
Yeah,
So
it is
at
10:20.
10:21, we will be showing you the live coverage from here. So right now, as Tanmay sir explained, this is a very special moment for all of us, and we are here with two telescopes. I will try to show with the projection as well. So as you can see, this is how we can see sun with the help of a projection. Okay, so this is a wide big screen we have put, and this is
Wow.
a big telescope. And if somehow we will not be able to show it through telescope because of a small point of view, this is how we will able to see from the projection. So now we are just preparing ourselves to gear up. Delhi, it was very cloudy. We are not expecting any kind of clarity in the clouds, but right now it's quite good, and
Mm-hmm.
we all are set. So now over to you, Tanmay sir, because I see it's about to get a first contact from Ahmedabad.
Yes. It is exactly 10 o'clock. So in 3 minutes, I would be aligning my telescope as well as I'll be also showing you the shadow. I'll be just showing you
Yes,
both the setup right now.
right, right.
Wait a sec.
Fair enough, Tanmay sir. Please adjust your cameras till the time. Even Gaurav is busy adjusting his cameras, and
Fine,
I am
fine, fine,
busy
fine, fine,
adjusting
fine,
my
fine.
telescope. Just give us 1 minute. We will be back. Thank you.
Shoes pair. Okay, so now I'm turning my camera towards the shadow that will be created, and I'll be also showing you the direct viewing. So let us see that. અહીંયા ઝીરો થવો જોઈએ શેડો. હા, ત્યાં ઝીરો થશે તો અહીંયા દેખાશે. ઓકે, થોડું પાછળ લઈ લો. લો. Okay, so this is the full sun right now that is visible through my focus of a telescope. And you can see that sun is completely roundish right now. A time will come when the first contact of the moon will just hit the western part of the sun. Okay. Now this is the full sun. And as soon as there will be a first contact, we will come to know now it's only 30 seconds or 35 seconds to go. નીચેના પોર્શનને તમે ટચ કરી રાખો એટલે બહુ તકલીફ ના પડે. નીચેના પોર્શનને તમે પાળી પર મૂકી દો. નીચેનો પોર્શન પાળી પર રાખો એટલે બહુ હલવું ના પડે. So now we are just looking for the first probable contact that we can see. Since it would be at 10:03:46, so just waiting for the first contact. You can see the full rim even right now. The telescopic image would be inverted image. So routinely it comes from western side, but here because it is inverted image, you will be seeing the west portion of the sun at a lower end. So just waiting for the contact. Here you can see the first contact on the left lower side at nearly 6:30. You can see the first
Great.
contact. You can see it on the 6:30, right? You can see that it has been cut. Beautifully visible.
Yes, yes, yes. Beautifully visible.
Yeah. Yes, you can see this cut image very clearly. So happy solar eclipse to everyone. And I'll be now showing you, I'll try to show the shadow portion, if at all it will be visible in shadow. થોડુંક નજીક લાવી દો. થોડુંક નજીક લાવો. ટેકવી દો થોડુંક નજીક. થોડુંક નજીક લાઈન ટેકવી દો. ટેકો આપી દો ત્યાં. હા. કરો. Here you can see that there is a cut. Here you can see the cut on this side. You can see the cut very clearly. But I believe that I would be just showing you through the telescope. That would be even better. So let me reset this again. This is the manual telescope. So I need to adjust. And here, where is the sun? The sun is lost. Okay. Yeah. So you can see it very beautifully now. You can see some cloud have come, but still the contact is visible very beautifully. Okay. Now I would like to just I would like to tell you that here the heat is scorching. It's just perspirating, and the time that we will be spending would be approximately 3.5 hours in this total sunlight. Do not look at the sun like this ever. If at all you have sunglasses like this that has the solar filter, then over and above your spectacles you have to put it like this, and you can see, and here I can see that there is eclipse, and the upper portion of the sun, that is, suppose if, understand that the clock of the sky, suppose if I consider that the whole sun, like suppose, let me just show you my sun. Okay, I'll be showing you, this is the whole thing that we have created for you to enjoy this. So let us understand from the point of view of the sun, that suppose if this is the sun, then from here you can see the cut, from here you can see the cut. So suppose if I have to say that where exactly am I seeing, then consider sun as a dial of the clock. Okay, so if I say this way, then the upper portion of the sun is 12 o'clock. So look at 12:30 and you can see the cut rim of the sun. So at 12:30 the first contact has entered, and now it is progressing very beautifully. Somehow the cloudy weather is a little bit there, but I'll just show you the live view of the sky. You can see there are some scattered clouds, but definitely it would be nice to enjoy. Over to you, Anurag. Okay, till the Anurag is setting up the camera
Sorry.
and
Yeah.
telescope. Yes, Anurag, if you are there, please
Right.
tell something.
Thank you so much, Tanmay sir, for such a wonderful first contact from Ahmedabad, and we are very, very grateful to see that. Now I'm showing you what's happening in Kurukshetra right now, and I'm ready with my scope right here. And as you can see, this is the eyepiece. This is the eyepiece through which we are trying to observe the sun, and this is how we are taking precautions. Uh, Telescope say we cannot see a solar eclipse at all. It will burn your eyes completely. That's why we are using this filter. It's called solar filter, and the way we have pasted it is like this, and this is the right way of doing it. So this is a solar filter. We are using it at the front end of the telescope only, not at the eyepiece level, because in that case it will convert the light and burn the piece. Okay, that's why it's there in the front phase, and we have not used solar filter in this phase. Okay, this phase, because if we use it like this, lot more sun rays will enter. That's why we have shortened the aperture like this, and again this portion is used for sun viewing, and we will see sun exactly the same size as we are viewing right now. We will see sun exactly the same size through eyepiece. We are seeing with good protection, and right now I'm trying to align my camera so that every viewer can see it clearly. My first contact will start from 10:21, so I still have 10 minutes left, and I need some preparation to be there. And right now let me show how Gaurav is trying to do his setup for astrophotography in a very, very short uh, duration. So this is how you can see Gaurav is trying to adjust his setup. So I will be taking a time lapse of the sun during all the phases of the eclipse.
So here I have a very simple setup because of the portability and because of coronavirus. We avoided the heavy setup for the Eclipse.
So
So right now I am mounting a 300 mm lens on a Nikon DSLR.
okay,
So I'm using a infrared shutter release with my camera mobile
yeah,
infrared, which have an infrared sensor. So it will uh, take a shot after a couple of fixed intervals, so that we can get a time lapse of the entire eclipse.
great, great. So even Gaurav is so much busier than me, because his precision matters most here. Even a slight variation will miss the sun from a big angle. So Gaurav is preparing this eclipse shoot from past few weeks, and I've seen him so much curious for this eclipse. Even I am very curious to see, because in Kurukshetra, fortunately, we are able to see 98.56 percentage of
98.9, yeah. Actually, maximum eclipse is visible in Kurukshetra,
yes,
so which is not possible in Delhi, etc.
right.
So it's a big opportunity to witness that, because after that, like this type of eclipse will not happen in a very long time, not
Hmm.
in a lifespan of any person. So
Hmm.
it's not an opportunity to be missed.
Very, very truly said, Gaurav. Even this particular eclipse is very, very special, because this is almost like a total solar eclipse, but somehow, because of moon slightly smaller than the actual size of the moon, we are not seeing the total solar eclipse. We are seeing the annular solar eclipse. Here, sun will here moon will not cover the sun completely, but yes, it will cover almost fully. So we have a good expectations here. Weather is clear. Thank you for the such a good pleasant weather. We have not expected this, because the time when we left from Delhi and reached here, it was full cloudy. It was raining. We were almost shattered that what will happen next. But this is kind of not expected. But very good, very good. We are trying to set up. Our contact will begin from 10:20. That's why we are utilizing this time to set up. As you can see, the setup is right behind me. And Kurukshetra is very nice place to see eclipse. There are a lot of my friends here in different places to trying to shoot the eclipse. Scicomm team is here, and other team members are also here, because this place we can see the whole horizon view. I can show you around, and you see whole horizon is visible from my place. So I'm in the open field right now with a very small shed, and till horizon I have a full visibility of everything. This is open farm where I'm standing right now, and most probably we can see the eclipse till the maximum portion it will go. And the worst, or I can say the difficult part of the eclipse is this time it's high hotness. You know, it's June 21. This day, as rightly mentioned by Tanmay sir, is the solar solstice. It's one of the hottest and longest day today. And second difficulty we are having today is uh, we are having sun overhead. So this eclipse is happening at 12 p.m. exactly. So from Kurukshetra we will see 12:01. So 12:01 we will see the exact totality, complete coverage of the moon, complete coverage of the sun by the moon, and it will last only 30 seconds. So 30 seconds is what it takes for all efforts that we are doing right now. Uh, so this is challenging, is this only that we are having sun right overhead. So we have to tilt our cameras and telescope completely overhead. So if you will see Gaurav setup, he has tilted his camera completely overhead. Okay, so it will it's about to go perpendicular right now, but right now we have a slight angle here. Within some time we'll see complete 90-degree turn when totality occurs. Same goes for the telescope. As you can see, telescopes we are adjusting for complete 90-degree coverage, because as I told you, this is one of the difficult uh, complexity of the eclipse, that it is happening at the top right above our head. So utilizing this time further, over to you, Tanmay sir. If you wanted to interact with someone, right now I'm using this time to set up my camera and telescope. Thank you so much.
Yes, Anurag. I am once again trying to show the progress of the eclipse through the
Yes.
telescope. So
Sure.
kindly bear with me for a minute.
Sure. Sure.
Okay, so again I'll be showing you through the focus. It is right now in the center, and here you can see, Anurag, you can see the progress very beautifully.
Wow, this is very very beautiful.
Yes,
Ahmedabad mein we can see what is about to happen in Delhi in few more minutes.
yes,
So,
yes,
sir,
yes.
you are going in future. We are in past right now.
So there is nothing like, there are no time. It's all in our mind. How beautiful it is.
Yes.
So once this first contact at your end would be there, Anurag, then we would
Yes.
be discussing about the mechanism of the solar eclipse and every other aspect, right?
Right.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Right. Sure. Sure. So till the time we can let the viewers see how
I'll
the
just
setup is
see
going.
now I have just zoomed in a little.
Okay. Great. Great.
Once zoom is yeah, now you can see very clearly the cut aspect of the sun is visible very beautifully. How nice. All right. So this was all about the actual viewing of the eclipse, but looking to the overall heat and sunlight, I need to be a cowboy now. So, being a cowboy, at least I have some shadow on my face, and I'm happy to share some of the things that now I have. So, in the beginning, also I just showed that there are some solar system that I have prepared here for you. So one by one, once the first contact of the Delhi and Kurukshetra will be over, we will be understanding some facts about the solar system and some other galaxies and everything. So over to you, Anurag. You can see here that the Earth is very small here compared to the prominence that is there on the sun. So these are all pictures that we have created. Anurag, it's your time now.
Yes. 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 Hope you can hear me right now. Uh, okay.
DIY.
Yes,
So
yes.
as you can see, Gaurav is trying some DIY techniques to watch sun, but
No,
this is
it's
not
not a
DIY.
DIY. It's a 1000 ohm filter. So it's a certified filter from a USA. So that's why I'm using a film, and I made a cardboard shape for the solar glasses. So right now I can safely watch the solar eclipse without any worry. So
This type of adjustment is okay because he is professional. Do not try this at home. You have better equipments to do that. But this is Gaurav. He's quite expert. He's filming eclipses from past many years. You can go and see his work already. So Gaurav is trying to set up the camera, but is the time for the first contact from Kurukshetra. So just wait for a second. I'm showing you the exact how it's looking from the first contact here. Let me show you how it looks from camera perspective. Then I will try to show you from my scope also. But right now, Gaurav is trying to set up something, so I'll let him do that. It's a telescope gazing, or you can say telescope adjustment, is one of the most patient thing on earth. If you are really patient, you will able to do that, and I totally believe in Gaurav that he will able to achieve it. Till the time Gaurav is trying to adjust to the actual sun, which is quite overhead right now. You can see right now, sun is quite overhead. Okay, I'm not watching sun directly, but I'm showing it through my camera. Uh, so till the time Gaurav is setting for the first contact in Delhi is just beginning. Let me show it from the camera. I just request you to hold on for a second. Let me show you the first contact from Kurukshetra. So first contact in Delhi is visible now, as you can see here. It's quite difficult to see because of just hold on for a second. We are increasing the brightness to make you view the first contact. So this is the sun. Okay, so this is the first contact. You can see from the top right corner, sun is getting a first contact of the moon. So this is the beginning of the eclipse. So as this is the first, you guys can see this is so beautiful. We have prepared it so high for this moment, and I will leave it to Gaurav now because Gaurav wants to capture this. All right. So I want to go now. Okay. All right. So sorry for long wait. And this is our food for today. Apple lying on a stool. So Gaurav has set up a live viewing right now for us. Similarly, till the time it's not happening, let me show it from here, how this is looking. So
Okay. Since there are people in Kurukshetra who are very busy in showing the first contact and the progress, you can see.
so this is the first this is the live view through the projection of telescope from Kurukshetra.
Wow.
Let me
Beautiful.
let me orient my camera properly, sir. Just hold on for a second. So hello, yes. So this is right now the live projection view as happening from Kurukshetra. You all can enjoy having the view. How it is? I wanted to ask other people. Tanmay sir, can you see this projection properly? We are trying to adjust a bit. Tanmay sir, can you see this portion of cutted eclipses right now? Is it visible properly?
We can see that at 2:30, absolutely clear. Just make people understand that what portion of the sun it has been cut.
Sure, sure, sure. Can you see my projection here? I mean, is it visible to you?
Yeah, there is a small obstruction of the stand that is there. So just move a little.
Okay, okay, okay. Just hold on for a second. Let me.
आप पकड़ के.
Uh, this is the best I can do right now because, as you can see, there are telescopes and other adjustment going on. But with the two stand in between, you can see solar eclipse happening with the sun. You can see slightly cut out portion of a sun because of the moon, and this is happening because of first contact that happened from the top right corner. If everyone wants to have a closer look, you can write down in the comments, and I will try to make it more clear from my end. Let me show you what is happening right now. So if you will see here, okay. So if you will see here, this is what is happening. is happening from eclipse point of view. This is
Beautiful,
the first contact happened in Kurukshetra.
beautiful, beautiful.
This is the right method of observing. This is called indirect method of projection. We are using this telescope to have an indirect projection method. You can see the telescope type. I will show you. This telescope from Celestron we are using to have a projection, and this is quite visible right now.
Okay, here you can see the model that we have prepared for that of a Hubble, and Hubble is hanging. Hubble is, as you all know, that one of the most important observatory that we have in this space. Here there are certain other models that we have, which are right now orbiting around one or other planet or a sun. And here we have our Aryabhat, that's also hanging. So every place we have tried to convert, every corner of my house I have converted into astronomy. Now I'm showing you something very beautiful, that here there are some small pieces of mirror. In Gujarati it is called abla. So this thing, if you see, that it is showing the cut image of the sun. Beautifully you can see that there is a cut image of the sun, and as it will progress it will also show some more. Now I'll be showing you something very beautiful, that even this is showing the cut image of the sun. You can see here that these are all images of the sun in the same year it has been eclipsed by its moon. You can see here, right? So keep watching for all such beautiful images that are made by nature. I'll be also showing you something more. Here, you know, even this is not showing the exact shape that of the holes that are there. Let me try to show you something more. Even, yeah, beautiful. My wife is saying that even
Beautiful, beautiful.
the hat is making the shape of the solar eclipse on my shirt. So the holes are visible. Okay, I'll be again showing you the shadow of some other leaves. Well, here you can see that the shape is that of the sun, is that of in the same shape that is cut. Okay, so all these are beautiful images from nature for us. And once the whole system will be set, me and Anurag will be discussing about how this type of annular eclipse is occurring and what are the importance of any such eclipse. So over to Anurag.
Yes, yes, exactly. So I will just wait for 5 more minutes before we can interact with wonderful questions that is coming up in our YouTube channel. So, as a lot of viewers are watching us right now, I can see people from CSIR, NISCARE, plus Nehru Planetarium is currently watching with a lot more school students. So, guys, pitch in your questions in the comment below, and I will try to answer each of those. And people are pointing out on my mask. So, let me tell you, here we are quite maintaining a social distance properly. You can see right now, if I can show you my setup, everyone is properly maintaining a distance. You can see Gaurav, and the person who is handling the telescope is quite far away. Even my telescopes are maintaining quite distance. So So wearing the mask is not necessary right now here because it's very very hot, and somewhere I'm wearing this cap to protect myself from this heat. Okay, so as you have seen, we have shown you that the eclipse has the eclipse started. We are still waiting for the time when we will see the totality, means the complete coverage of the sun with the moon. And I will explain you uh, my expectations plus what I'm feeling right now when we'll come closer to the totality. So let me tell you, around 11:20 at 11:30 we will see totality of around 80% from Ahmedabad. And from Kurukshetra, fortunately, we will be seeing the totality at 12:1 with 98.56 or more coverage of the moon, coverage of the sun by the moon. So definitely, we all are waiting to see how it will look and how the environment will react, how the grasses will look, and how the shadow of the sun will look. I will show you everything. I will try to show you everything. I'm right now with the camera. Every question that you wanted to ask, drop down in the YouTube so that in just 3 more minutes we will be going live with one-to-one discussion with Tanmay sir. We will try to address all the questions asked properly. And so let me show you how other things are behaving. I can see cold breeze coming up, but it's not a right time to say that it's happening because of eclipse, because it's just, I can say, 10% of the contact. So not much is happening because of the eclipse. It's a natural thing. So this is right now the current view of the nature where I'm standing. We can also show you some shadows which is coming from sun. जैसे what Tanmay has shown is a very good example. You can see the shadow from a whole from any kind of cutouts, and you will see there is eclipse there in the shadow. So let me go to Gaurav and let me show you how what is going on in telescope in the camera photography. So Gaurav, can you tell us what challenges we are facing?
Actually, the main problem is that it is the altitude of the sun is
Mhm.
above 70 degree right
Okay,
now. So it will go to 81 degree at the zenith. So it's
right.
almost at the top. So to handle the camera on a mount
Yes.
at that degree is very difficult to handle. So that's why we have to take extra care so that the photo will not deteriorate.
If you wanted to see the final version of eclipse, let me show you how it is right now, and then we can start with the Q&A with everyone. So this is how this is the right status of solar eclipse from Kurukshetra. You can enjoy.
Now you can see here the progress of the eclipse. You can see clearly how much the sun is eclipsed by the moon. So here is the
Okay, okay. So as I have seen, a lot of people have commented on YouTube and you wanted to know some answers. Yes, we are ready and we can answer some of your queries. Tanmay sir, Tanmay is not here right now because he is busy in preparation from Ahmedabad. I am Anurag, I am from Kurukshetra, shooting it live from Scicomm. Let's have a one-to-one query with all the comments that we have received in YouTube. Okay. So the first comment that we have received is, how do you know the perfect time in which we can see the moon? How do you know the perfect time in which we can see the moon? Okay, I don't know exactly what you mean to ask, but as far I can understand, the perfect time in which we can see the moon, or maybe you have referred to sun, is using an app. There is no other way we can judge because we cannot see it directly.
Just hold on a sec.
Sorry for the disturbance caused. I hope I'm visible now. Okay, all right. So yes, so the question one was asked to me. So the question one, the best answer is, you can go and see Scicomm app in Google Play Store. It's by the name of SciGaze. So download this app, and with the help of the app only, you can see where is the position of sun right now and where is the position of moon right now. Even you can see the live moon and sun interaction with the Scicomm app. Scicomm is a short form of science communicator, and the app through which you can see this is named as SciGaze, SciGaze, SciGaze in Google Play Store. Second question that I have received here is from J. David Livingston. Hello, everyone. So J. David Livingston is asking how both events are happening on a single day. Any study results? Kindly share it. So both events. I mean, I hope you are mentioning to the eclipse as well as the solstice, which is happening. So look, this is a quite, as you say, the study. Yes, there are many studies which are going on right now, and as you have seen, there is a testing going on from for the live. I can say the live proving of theory of relativity as well as the gravitational wave, and these you can see later on with various scientists who are doing the research. We here is not doing research, we are doing observational astronomy. We are trying to see and give the data to these research organizations, showing how it's looked from this particular coordinate here, where we are right now. Okay, and in the case of study, what you are asking, so I can say that that currently, before the eclipse, the scientists from Chennai are very much active, and they are setting up their equipments to do research. Like like the researchers are varying from what this eclipse will affect on coronavirus. Yes, there is research going on in this field as well. Secondly, there is a research where people are checking the correlation between happening of this eclipse at such timing as well as the solstice together. So there are research going on. till now I have not seen those research, so I cannot comment anything. Thank you. Third question is from Aditi Jha. Sir, can you please tell me how more about solar eclipse? Uh, Definitely, Aditi. We will be talking more about solar eclipse, and you can see footages and videos after our chat that will be circulated. You will be able to understand what solar eclipse and why it is so special. So I will take some time to explain you, because definitely it's a question which need wonderful explanation. But in a very brief, it's the time when the moon comes in between sun and the earth, and it's one of the most fortunate event in the whole astronomy. In earlier times, people used to make a lot of assumptions based on this, like uh, they treat this as a uh, bad thing, because sun is visible throughout the morning, but during this time, on this time, it is not visible. It's goes by for some moment, and you will see evening happening in the daytime, so it's quite unfortunate for the previous times. Fourth question from Gaming Guru. Sir, how it is, what is the harmful effect of solar eclipse? Look, solar eclipse is not harmful. First of all, unless you take a proper precautions, it's a very very beautiful event, and a lot of people are taking this event in a different manner. I know people from astrology. I know people from spirituality. They are taking this completely different way. Spirituality, the people who are in a spiritual domain are chanting, just like I've seen Art of Living, one of the wonderful organization, is doing a lot of Hanuman chanting, as well as other god chanting is going on. I cannot comment the effectiveness of this, but this is what is happening right now from spiritual organizations. And in the terms of astrology, different predictions for different zodiac sign is happening. But again, there is no scientific proof and fact that we can back up these things or research. So I will again not comment on this. But the only harmful effect of solar eclipse is if you watch solar eclipse through your naked eye. So just protect your eyes and enjoy. This is the only time where you will see, birds reacting in a very panic manner, weather reacting in a different orientation, wind will start blowing in different proportions. Human beings, some human beings feel some lightness, calmness, or once in a lifetime opportunities. Definitely, so it's for me. It is one of the. It will be one of my best lifetime opportunity to see such things. I will share you my experience. Don't worry. There's a lot of time left right now. Question 5 from Super Database. Can we see the solar eclipse from our own eyes? Look, not directly. That's what I'm saying. You can see through your own eyes, obviously, but not directly. You can use the indirect method, as we have pointed out, with the help of indirect projections. Similarly, the Gaurav way of shooting it with the camera is good, but as you have seen, he's using complete precaution in his eyes. He has made a filter, and that filter is made up of the solar, the solar black panel, which is completely certified. So do not use any foil paper or any kind of black sheet or any kind of welding paper to see the sun. No, this is not at all advice from my side. It can damage your eyes completely. So why to take a risk? Don't take a risk. The best way to watch sun right now is through indirect projections. You can create a small hole in the paper, and then you can see directly with the shadow. You can see the complete eclipse, because it will act like a pinhole camera. Question 6. Okay. Sir, why do we don't eat during food during solar eclipse? Okay. Okay, so let me be very, very frank with this question. I will not deny that people have said this. Yes, people have said that we should not eat food during eclipse. Now, scientifically, there is no harm in that. But earlier, yes, there was a misconception. How it happened now? You see, in this world, in earlier times, we don't have so much of protection in our eyes. Similarly, we don't have so much of protection in our food. So whenever people used to cook, they cook in the open, right? And their chula or their stove is right under the sun. So sun directly, the contact of sun rays directly comes with the food. In earlier times, I am speaking about. So people used to avoid eating during solar eclipse, because at the time of solar eclipse, complete darkness happens. So in complete darkness, a lot of insects comes in, lot of ultraviolet rays comes to your food. Okay, and again in the darkness, you cannot predict, what harmful effect it can cause to your food, and that is the only reason previous time people have used to uh, circulate this misconception, saying that we should not eat food during solar eclipse. But now we have evolved way much more. uh, that's why we have protection for our eyes to see the solar eclipse right now, as well as we can cover our food completely and put it inside our home. So this is complete a misconception. There's nothing like that. Even I have my apple right now and I will eat it during eclipse. There is no problem over it. Even Tanmay sir is having his uh, small snacks right now, so there is no problem to eat during eclipse, because we have evolved and the time have passed, and we are not in direct contact with our food is not in direct contact with the sun. And just by this question, I have intrigued to give you one more answer. People used to say that don't go outside in solar eclipse. Yes, this is again one of the misconception, and how this happened is because earlier people don't have protections in the eyes. Okay, so even by mistake, if people looks up, their retina will get burned. Okay, because it's a solar eclipse, a lot of harmful rays is coming into your eyes during the time of eclipse only. uh, so this is the misconception circulated, that do not go outside. Okay, so that people live inside their home, under the shelter, so that their eyes will be protected. But now we have protections in our eyes and everything we have, and good technologies. You can go out during solar eclipse as well, so there's no problem. Question 7. Pragya Agarwal is asking, when will sun will be covered fully? Okay, so different region will experience different timings, because again it's a motion of sun and moon in a synchronous manner. Okay, most probably it's a motion of earth and moon in a synchronous manner. So here in Kurukshetra, you will see total eclipse at 12 1. Okay, 12 p.m. 1 minute, you will see complete 98% of the eclipse from my place. I will be showing you everything in just 1 hour. So we are super excited, and I can see right now in my background almost 40% of the sunlight is dim. I will show you as well. Even at the place of Tanmay sir, he is from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. So at his place, 11:30, you will see 80% of eclipse. So different times, different totality, you will see. Can we watch solar eclipse with a pinhole camera? Yes, yes, please. So Mayurakshi is asking me this. Pinhole camera is completely safe. Just the only one precaution: you cannot watch directly through pinhole camera. Use indirect method to watch the sun. Let the shadow comes in the pinhole camera, and then you watch it. It's quite good. All right. So let's stop the Q&A right now. We will take other questions after Tanmay sir will join us. Till the time, let me show you something, how the nature is reacting with this eclipse. Okay. If you will be quiet, you will see chirping of birds and insects coming up. Even wind is blowing. So I can hear a lot of noise. So I can hear a lot of noise by birds, by insects, which I usually used to hear when I am in uh, forest. and in the evening time. So it's not evening right now, but it's quite darkness. It's not what we generally see at 12. It's quite dim, dim light here. And at 12, I told you, we will about to see complete darkness. Lot of insects, noise, lot of birds chirping, and wind is blowing, and some kind of headache is happening to me, but it's okay. I think because of sun, no other reason for that. Let me show you how photographers are doing it. You can till the time enjoy the noise of birds and everywhere. This is the live. This is what is happening in Kurukshetra right now. You can say 50% of the sun is covered from moon. Because of this 50% of the coverage, as I told you, there is quite dim atmosphere here. It's not looking like it's a morning time at 12. It's looking like it's a 5 p.m. time. Isn't it right, Gaurav? What do you think?
Whatever.
What do you think? I mean, this is 50% of the eclipse right now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So how you are feeling? Is there any difference of your behavior or any changes you are feeling?
Yeah, actually, I am excited right now also. But I am looking forward for the annular eclipse.
Okay.
So, I have never experienced this type of eclipse. So, I'm really excited for
Gaurav
that.
is
So,
Gaurav is ready with his setup,
so
as
I'm
you can see.
so I'm looking right now. It's around 30% covered right now.
Okay, 30% covered with Gaurav sunglasses, and I have shown you as well. See, 30 to 40%.
Yeah,
It's
30 to 40%.
30 to 40% is covered right now. If you want to see, I can project it, but I think I should take a pause right now. Thank you so much for joining. We will be soon back.
If on August 21st, 2017, you suddenly feel like it might be the end of the world, don't worry, it's just a solar eclipse. Welcome to WatchMojo News, the series from WatchMojo.com where we look at news stories that should be on your radar.
Shut up about the sun! Shut up about the sun!
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. In this installment, we're taking a look at 5 things you need to know about the solar eclipse. Number 5. What are the different types of eclipses? An eclipse happens once in a while, but this one is getting a lot of hype because a good chunk of people in the United States will be able to see a total eclipse, meaning that the moon will pass between the Earth and Sun and for a moment block the Sun entirely. This is only one type of eclipse though, as depending on the distance between the moon and the Earth, there can also be an annular eclipse, where a ring of sun is visible around the moon. Most people across North America though will see a partial eclipse, meaning only a portion of the sun will be blocked by the moon. Number 4. How does an eclipse like this actually happen? The orbit of the moon is not perfectly circular, but rather more of an oval or elliptic shape. As a result, the distance between the moon and Earth can vary. In order for a complete solar eclipse to happen, a huge number of circumstances must line up. Most notable that the moon's orbit must come directly between the Earth and the sun, and the moon must be as close to the Earth as possible, thus appearing larger to people looking up from the Earth's surface. If the moon was further away, but still passed directly in front of the sun, it would result in an annular eclipse. Number 3. How rare is a total eclipse? A total solar eclipse happens on average every 18 months. Don't think if you miss this one you can just wait a year and a half though. Because the eclipse is only visible from a small part of the Earth, a total eclipse is only visible from any single location once every 360 to 410 years. On top of that, over the course of thousands of years, the moon is slowly moving further away from the Earth, meaning that total eclipses will become more rare and have a shorter duration in the future. Number 2. Will you be able to see it? In this rare event, the total eclipse should be visible for approximately 2 minutes and 40 seconds. There's a very specific track where this will be visible, roughly 70 miles wide, that will cut through the United States from Oregon to South Carolina. For the rest of the United States, as well as most of North America, a partial eclipse will be visible, but the further you are from the path of totality, the less of the sun will be blocked. Number 1. Is it safe to look at the eclipse? If you're wondering whether or not it's dangerous to look at a solar eclipse, let's think for a moment. It's dangerous to stare at the sun, period. And just because 90% of the sun is blocked, the 10% still visible could do permanent damage to your eyes, and dark sunglasses aren't good enough. If you want to be able to see the eclipse, you're going to need special eclipse glasses, which block out 99.9999% of light. Make sure you get the proper ones too. NASA has recommended a number 12 or 13 level welder's mask at least, so don't go buying cheap glasses from a non-reputable source.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.
If on August 21st,
A solar eclipse happens when a new moon moves between the Earth and the Sun, blocking some or all of the Sun's rays from reaching the Earth. By cosmic chance, even though the Sun is 400 times wider than the Moon, it's also 400 times farther away. Therefore, the two objects appear the same size in our sky. Astronomers are able to predict eclipses because the Earth and Moon have very predictable orbits. Why then isn't there an eclipse every month? The Moon's orbit is usually tilted a few degrees north or south in relation to the Earth. When the Moon does eclipse the Sun, it casts two types of shadows on Earth: a smaller, darker shadow known as the umbra, and a larger shadow known as the penumbra. There are 4 types of solar eclipses. The first and most spectacular is a total eclipse, when the moon completely covers the sun's surface. A total eclipse can only be seen if you're standing within the umbral shadow. That's why the imaginary line created by this shadow as it races across Earth is known as the path of totality. People within the penumbral shadow see only a partial eclipse, the second type. From this view, outside the path of totality, the moon passes in front of the sun off-center, never fully covering its surface. Third, an annular eclipse occurs when the moon passes directly in front of the sun. However, unlike a total eclipse, the moon appears too small to fully cover the sun. The moon's orbit is elliptical, so sometimes it's closer to Earth and sometimes it's farther away. Last, a hybrid eclipse is when the moon's position between the Earth and Sun is so finely balanced that the curvature of the Earth plays a role. The moon will be farther away from some parts of Earth along the eclipse's path, resulting in an annular eclipse. In other parts, the moon will be just close enough to fully cover the sun, resulting in a total eclipse. While a total solar eclipse happens somewhere on Earth every year or two, any given point on Earth experiences the event only about once every 400 years. We interrupt this video for an important safety announcement. Looking directly at the sun, even during an eclipse, can cause permanent eye damage. Fortunately, there are ways to enjoy an eclipse safely. The easiest is to use certified eclipse watching glasses, which are shaded thousands of times darker than typical sunglasses. You can also look at the eclipse indirectly by making a pinhole viewer. Simply poke a small hole in a piece of cardboard. Hold the cardboard up to the sun, allowing the sun's image to be projected onto a flat surface. Be sure to look only at the surface and not through the cardboard. Just before the moon completely covers the sun, low-lying valleys on the moon's edge will be the only spots that sunlight continues to pass through. These remaining brilliant shafts of light, known as Bailey's beads, will disappear one after another. And finally, a single bead of light remains, known as the diamond ring, signaling that you're just seconds away from experiencing totality. Once the last bead disappears and the moon completely covers the sun's surface, the view through your eclipse glasses will be pitch black. Totality achieved. At this point, none of the sun's rays are reaching your eyes, and it's the only time that it's safe to take off your glasses. Remember to put your eclipse glasses back on before any of the sun's rays start to peek through again. Any sunlight reaching your eyes, even for a few seconds, can cause serious damage. While an eclipse can last a few hours, totality typically occurs for less than 3 minutes. Animals and plants have also been known to alter their behavior during a total eclipse. Songbirds may stop singing, crickets may start chirping, and flowers may even start to close up. We won't always be able to see total solar eclipses. The moon moves about 1.5 inches away from Earth each year. It's estimated that in about 1 billion years, the moon will be too far away from Earth to completely cover the sun.
The geocentric, heliocentric, concave, and flat Earth models provide very different explanations for the universe. Curiously, only the heliocentric and geocentric models can explain the speed and direction of solar eclipses from west to east across the globe. Which is strange. It's a paradox how two contradictory theories of the universe can both explain what is observed in reality. According to the heliocentric model, the slow-moving moon triggers the eclipse by orbiting in between the stationary sun and rotating Earth.
It is possible for the eclipse to cross the globe faster than the Earth rotates, because the moon's orbital speed is a lot higher than the Earth's rotational speed.
In the geocentric model, the sun and moon orbit in the same direction, to the west, around a stationary Earth. During the orbit, the sun overtakes the moon to produce an eclipse in the opposite direction, from west to east. The basics of solar eclipses, shown with the 2017 solar eclipse. The total eclipse's umbra lasted for almost 4 hours as it crossed the globe. The path of solar eclipses across the Earth is always from the west to the east. However, at the poles, eclipses do not always move to the east, but this requires a separate explanation. For example, the 2017 solar eclipse went from the west coast across the US to the east coast in about 1.5 hours, whereas the sun takes about 2.5 hours to travel the same distance in the opposite direction. This is extremely significant. To be precise, the 2017 eclipse moves from northwest to the southeast, but the west to east element is the critical part. This animation by NASA shows the 2017 eclipse's path across the US with the Earth rotating. This correctly shows the Moon moving to the west, relative to the Earth, and shows the eclipse moving across the US to the east. Some facts on eclipses. An eclipse typically lasts just a few minutes. Seen from the Earth, in the northern hemisphere, if you are looking south towards the equator, then the sun will rise on your left, in the east. The sun moves in the same direction and slightly faster than the moon, to set in the west. So, an eclipse is caused by the sun overtaking the moon as they move across the sky. One more time. Standing in an eclipse in the northern hemisphere, looking south. This time-lapse video, taken in the northern hemisphere looking to the south, shows the sun traveling to the west behind the moon as it overtakes it. This creates an eclipse in the opposite direction, to the east. The eclipse moves from west to east. Here we show the heliocentric model, looking down on the North Pole. The Earth rotates on its axis, counterclockwise, every day. The Moon orbits the Earth counterclockwise once a month. The Earth revolves around a stationary sun, counterclockwise, every year. Here, the heliocentric model is shown drawn more to scale. The heliocentric model assumes that the Sun is about 400 times further away from the Moon than the Earth is. In the heliocentric model, the Moon's orbit can correctly produce an eclipse that moves east faster than the Earth rotates. Specifically, the Moon orbits at about 3,700 kilometers an hour. In 2017, this produced an eclipse moving about 2,400 kilometers an hour, faster than the Earth's rotational speed, which was just 1,300 kilometers an hour at the eclipse's average latitude. After 1 hour, the Earth's rotation will change the observer's orientation by 15 degrees towards the east. This change in orientation is critical for the Moon to correctly appear to move to the west relative to an observer on the Earth. Also, the Sun is seen moving quickly to the west relative to the observer on the Earth. This diagram is not drawn to scale. Because the Moon is so far away, there is a substantial difference between the Moon and this 15-degree line from the observer. That's it! In summary, the heliocentric model can explain the direction and speed of eclipses. The Earth can be rotating in a universe with a stationary sun. But this is not conclusive proof that the model is true. This only demonstrates that the heliocentric model is possible. The heliocentric model drawn more to scale. It is important to note that this model only works because the angle of the observer changes a lot as the Earth rotates, and because the Moon is such a long distance away. Now, even more to scale. Here we showed the geocentric model, looking down on the North Pole.
Okay, so here This one is live from Ahmedabad. As you can see that the sun has reached near maximum cut by the moon. Actually, it is 11:30, and by 11:42 it will be the maximum. So that would be 77%. Or in terms of solar eclipse, we can say that there is 82% magnitude of the solar eclipse that will occur in another 12 minutes. So you must be enjoying this view that is visible in the focus. This is from a telescope, and there is a Bader filter that is used here. And the glare is coming and going because right now this is a manual handling, and it is very tough to keep this very steady. We are lucky that today the clouds are very scattered one. It is not very thick cloud, so we are enjoying with very beautiful scene right now. You can see that it is still progressing. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can see that it is still progressing, and another 11 minutes and it would be at its maximum. Then it will start receding away from the limb of the sun. Temperature in Ahmedabad is high, but along with that, the humidity is very high. So we are all perspirating here, and too difficult to judge what will happen. So I would just like to show you continuously up till 42, so that everyone can enjoy this view. Uh, we can also see reflection in the water. I would like to show the cut image by the reflection of the small uh, pieces of mirror that also is visible on my Facebook page. So this is another beautiful view. Okay. Had this been the total solar eclipse, the totality would actually create a different scenario where the corona would have been visible. The corona, which is right now causing the trouble on Earth, is not the corona that I'm talking about. The corona of the sun means the atmosphere of the sun, and that will be something that is very interesting to see whenever there is a totality. So, if at all you have any chance of visiting any country, then try to look for the total solar eclipse, because in India now the total solar eclipse will be occurring after several years, right? Now another 9 minutes to go for the total cutting of the sun. That would be the maximum from Ahmedabad. I would like that those who are watching from Ahmedabad can see that the sunlight is now dimming. You can see that the sunlight overall is dim even without the clouds. કેમેરાની વચ્ચે ના આવતી બાકી આને બતાય. So you can see okay. Yeah, you can see this very beautifully. Another 8 minutes to go, and that would be the maximum thing. પેલા ભલા બતાવી દે ત્યાં સુધી. Another 7 minutes to go for the totality from Ahmedabad. Then it would start increasing, the phase would increase, and also the temperature has lowered here in Ahmedabad. Suddenly there is a small cool breeze that has started here. The overall light is now dim in Ahmedabad, and there is a slight cool breeze. Cool breeze has started. અહીંયાથી નહીં. So even if there are no clouds, the light from Ahmedabad is now dimming, and it's visible that the sunlight is beautiful. The breeze has cooled down, nearly 3 degrees must have come down in Ahmedabad. It is 11:36 and now 6 minutes for the total maximum that would cut the sun. સૂર્ય અત્યારે જે રીતે દેખાય છે તેમાં સૌથી વધારે કટિંગ આવશે 6 મિનિટ પછી. એના પછી સૂર્યનો ફેઝ વધવાનું ચાલુ થઈ જશે. ચાલુ ગ્રહણે જેને જેને જમવાનું હોય એ જમી લો. પુણ્યનું કામ, પાપનું કામ બધું મૂકીને. આની અંદરથી પેલા આભલા બતાય
ખાલી બતાવો. These are small mirror stones. You can see its reflection here also. So its reflection from these mirror stones. So you can see it is more than 50% eclipse here. So one more thing.
લાઈન પૂરી કનેક્ટ થઈ ગઈ. પેલું આપી દે મને. પેલું ક્યાં છે લાઈવ?
આ છે બીજું લાઈવ. આ લાઈવ.
કેન્સલ કર આ લાઈવ. Yeah, once again you can see the near maximum phase of the sun. You can enjoy
Great. This is from Ahmedabad, right?
Yeah, wow. This is from Ahmedabad. This is something which we are all looking for since morning.
देखोगे?
Vishwa.
It's really about.
Yeah. So now another 4 minutes to go. તમારે શું કરવાનું, એક પૂઠું મૂકીને એમાં કાપી નાખો એટલે તમારે પરફેક્ટ થઈ જશે. પૂઠું મૂકીને આટલું કટ કરો, કશું જ નહીં થાય તમારા કેમેરાને. હું એ જ કહું છું કે એ ચશ્મામાંથી સાઈડમાંથી તમારે એમાં પ્રકાશ ના આવે એના ફૂલ હોય એમાં કાપી નાખો.
सर थोड़ा बैकग्राउंड नॉइज आ रहा है आपकी तरफ से.
Yeah, sorry.
So everyone from Delhi, I will show you how much it is, but it is quite severe. Now we are having around 80%, lesser than what Ahmedabad is experiencing, but almost similar. Let me show you how nature is behaving.
Yes.
Okay. So I am at my field. You can see complete evening look is there. It's quite evening here. It's looking like it's around 6. Okay. You see how it is. Birds are chirping continuously, and you can see some insect sounds, and wind is again blowing very, very calmly. If you will feel, so if you will ask me how I'm feeling, very, very light and relaxed. I don't know why, but it is feeling like this. And this is very, very unique. I mean, I've never seen something like this in my life, because first of the thing is, at the daytime, such kind of dim light not because of my home light or something. It's because of the nature right above, and something is. I mean, I'm feeling some different kind of energies, which is good, as I can say. Let me see what Gaurav's point of view, not just me. So, Gaurav, what is your feeling right now?
Yeah, it's really dimming what is used to be yesterday.
Yes,
So,
yes.
and I saw I look up and I thought it was a cloud, but there is no cloud at all.
Right,
So
right.
it is the dimming because of the sun is covered right now.
And the special fact is this is dim from past 30 minutes,
Yeah, yeah.
and
So
past 30 minutes you can never see a
I can
cloud.
expect that
Yeah.
at the annularity there will be a complete dark, like
Hmm.
major dark.
Exactly. At the annularity, we are expecting complete darkness. And let me show you how my camera is showing you what is going on from Delhi sky. Let me switch on. Sorry, Kurukshetra. So this is what my camera is clicking right now. You can see. You can see how. Guys, let me show you the live projection right now, and this is very, very important because is about to happen at 12:01. You will see complete totality, and the things will be quite different. So those who are thinking it's a moon, no, it's not a moon. It's a sun, half cut like a moon. This is what solar eclipse is looking right now. All other things are looking quite dim. You can see the shadow of my umbrella, which is quite dim again. Not at all expected. Not at all expected. Very, very, very dim it is. Believe me, it's very dim. Even I cannot read out my own pamphlets and brochures. That how dim it goes now. And if I can show you my projection, uh, okay, uh, okay. We have set up different cameras at different angles. They will produce results after the totality. This is my scope, and unfortunately, right now I cannot show you what is going on here, but it is exactly the same view, which is it is exactly the same view what you are seeing right now here. So this is the same sun you are seeing above. Okay, if you want, I can help you with gazing by putting these solar glasses in front of my camera so that you can see how it is. But let's see. But very, very tough to see eclipse right now. But you can see from my camera. So I am giving this to Tanmay sir. Tanmay, are you there?
Yes, yes,
Tanmay
I'm
sir, are
here.
you here? So
Yes,
can you
yes,
take it because
I
I
am
think
here,
your
and I would
totality is about
like
to.
to show you the last glimpse of the totality that we have here in Ahmedabad.
Oh my God. Okay. It's the maximum. By the way, it's one of the maximum phases of eclipse happening in Ahmedabad. So let's switch to Ahmedabad first.
Let me put it in a center again. Wait a second. Yes.
So yes, so it's the maximum eclipse happening over
Yeah, now
Ahmedabad,
you can
and
see this
Tanmay
is
sir
the
will be live.
maximum of Ahmedabad.
I will be switching off. Thank you.
You can see this maximum, and no more cutting of the sun would be there now. કાઢવો છે હા 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 તો લે આનાથી ઉપરનું પેલું બતાવી. Now, as I showed you before, that these are the small pieces of mirror, and it has its reflection on the ceiling. You can say this is the maximum that any solar image can be there. So number of images, and you can see here even in the shape of the shadow of all these leaves, you can see that all the leaves are showing solar eclipse. All the leaves are in the same shape as the sun has been cut here in Ahmedabad. Beautiful scenes are there, right? So this is very normal thing. I would also like to show you at other places. Here also you can see that everything is cut. Everything is cut in the shape of the sun. Beautiful vision, and this can be seen everywhere. This can be seen everywhere, right? Here you can see here. So many places you can see the solar eclipse, and this you can enjoy even at your own place, right? So this is something which was very important to understand, that nature plays a great deal of drama. You must enjoy this drama as far as possible, and once this totality means the total phase of sun that would be over from Kurukshetra, we will be discussing upon the technical aspect of why this annular solar eclipse, why not total solar eclipse, why not hybrid solar eclipse, and what this eclipse can affect to any disease like corona. We will be all discussing once Anurag will be free from Kurukshetra. Once the totality is over from Kurukshetra, we will be discussing upon that. I believe that it would be 12:02 when the total sun would be covered by the moon at 12:02 at Kurukshetra. So just wishing that now there must not be any cloudy out there, and it must be very clear. So over to Anurag, if Anurag is about to click some pictures that is near final. If Anurag can listen to me, the total
Sure. I have listened to you.
nearing you. So can you just show that?
We are feeling really different here, somewhere very relaxed. I'm enjoying my phase of hangover right now, but I'll let you see what is we are viewing right now. Yeah, so this is right now we are viewing almost about to happen. The totality is about to happen. You can see it's looking like a complete crescent moon, and yeah, even Tanmay sir is showing exactly the same kind of eclipse, but more. Okay. Okay, great. This is what happening. भैया आपको कैसा फील आ रहा है? How you are feeling?
मुझे बहुत एक्साइटमेंट हूँ जब ये पूरा रिंग बन जाएगा
हाँ
उसको देखने के लिए. तो लेट्स सी, थोड़ा वेट करते हैं.
तो भैया बहुत देर से पेशेंटली इस चीज को शूट कर रहे हैं और बहुत पेशेंस है इनमें.
पेशेंस रखना पड़ रहा है इसको फोकस करने के लिए.
राइट. It's a matter of just 10 more minutes. We are very excited, and everything here is evening based. Okay, it's looking like a complete evening. You can see right now Gaurav is there shooting, trying to shoot from different angle, and if you'll see around me, this is not generally what we see in this 12 noon. Completely different picture, completely different expectations, and it's very dark right now. I'm feeling uh, lightly dizzy as well as relaxed.
7 p.m.
Huh?
7 p.m.
It looked like 7 p.m. Yes, it's looking like a 7 p.m. Seriously, man. Some medias are here right now. trying to capture this moment, and this is very, very special. Can we see the? Okay, let me show you how it is. What phase of moon is right now, because just 10 minutes, and in 10 minutes we are just going from 80% to complete 98%. Let me show you. Yeah.
This is maximum now, and now from now on the moon will start drifting away from sun. It is 80%. Yeah, almost 80%.
અમેઝિંગ સ્પેસ નું પતી ગયું છે ને ત્રણેયમાં.
Tanmay sir, lot of background noise is coming from your side.
Sorry.
I'll get back to you. I need to do some arrangements. Please spare me for a few seconds. In just 5 minutes, we are about to see complete totality. I'm very much excited. Gaurav has put up another lens to make the best shot possible, and everyone is just ready to watch the sky. You can see everyone is very, very excited, and now everyone is on the ground because just 5 minutes is left to see the complete totality. Okay, I just need a pause for another 1 minute. Thank you.
A solar eclipse happens when the moon's shadow falls somewhere on the surface of Earth, and a lunar eclipse is the opposite, when the Earth's shadow falls on the moon. The two sections of the shadow, the dark umbra and the partially shaded penumbra, their placement determines which type of eclipse we can see from Earth. But not all eclipses are made equal. The most spectacular, the one for your bucket list, is a total eclipse of the sun.
If you guys can see me right now, I will tell you exactly how am I feeling without any adulteration, so that those who are sitting at home can enjoy. So, are we live? Okay, assuming we are live. Tanmay sir, are you there?
Yes, I'm going to Tanmay sir. Sir.
Sure. All right. Okay. So right now it's just 5 minutes before the actual solar eclipse. I am feeling dizzy. My eyes are uh, paining a bit because I've never seen such view at 12 p.m. I can see lots of bird noise, and rest everything is silent. Slight breathlessness is feeling. I'm feeling breathlessness. Even Gaurav was saying that, but maybe because of excitement, we never know. It's complete evening. You can see. I'm going for my telescope. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Suddenly, I felt a huge darkness. Huge darkness. Gaurav is just capturing the last few moments of the eclipse. You can see the excitement here. If you wanted to see what is happening right now, see that. I'm showing you right away.
Wow, beautiful scene from Kurukshetra.
Never seen something like this.
Beautiful, beautiful.
My God. I wanted to pause and take my pictures,
Yes,
but
yes.
it's okay.
सिरसा से अभी हमने देखा लाइव. It was over.
Right. Can you all see me right now?
No.
Okay. Trying to switch back to the
Wow.
live again. Yes. Can you see me again?
Yes, yes, we can. We
Is
can.
it live?
हाँ,
So
चला गया
this
अनुराग.
is evening, complete
Once again,
evening.
it has gone. Now again.
It's
Yeah,
live.
live.
It's complete evening. You can see the sky.
Yeah, beautiful.
See the horizon.
Beautiful.
There is no bird I can see right now.
Once you find that there is a totality, please show that image also, Anurag.
Sure, done. Definitely, sir. I'm very close to my camera, and this is projection live happening.
Wow, wow, wow. Beautiful, beautiful.
Just a smiley face is now here.
Wow, wow.
Last 1 minute is left. Last 1 minute is left.
जो कुरुक्षेत्र थी.
Last 1 minute. Seriously, everyone is super excited. You can see.
ના 100% ત્યાં થવાનું. થશે ને હમણાં.
Gaurav, are we at the maximum phase?
Yeah.
In just few seconds, we are about to have the maximum. I think it's just few seconds more. Few seconds more. Let me show you the how eclipse is looking right now.
જો તમને લોકોને આ કુરુક્ષેત્રથી જે દેખાશે તે Anurag, that one is better, not this one.
Sure, definitely I can see that.
Yes. Wow. Great view,
This
Anurag.
is the maximum now.
Great view. So many claps.
75% ये हो चुका है, अभी 25% और
कैमरा में अंधेरे का आभास में हो रहा है, देख सकते हैं चारों तरफ का मौसम आपको दिखा रहा हूँ।
आ लोग गया
This is known as solar. Sir, पूरा हो रहा है. It's going to maximum now.
My God, complete darkness. You can see this is the maximum darkness. My goodness, it's complete right now. You can see the beats, the rings.
Wow. Look at it. Beautiful.
This is the complete one.
This is Kurukshetra.
Gaurav, this is the
अनुराग गौरव बोलता है कि कौरव बोलता है कुरुक्षेत्र में
My God,
this is called ring of fire. Yes,
this
and now
is beats which is happening. Beats.
yeah, Bailey's bead are visible now. Now it's over. Great, Anurag, thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you so much. And how you're feeling right now? He's sweating completely.
Seriously?
And this is never once a lifetime experience. Believe me, it's complete evening. You see.
It was very short. Seriously.
And now the eclipse is gone. It's going away. You can see.
Wow.
Complete evening. I can show you again how the nature is behaving right now because we are in the mid of the farm.
Wow.
So you see the darkness. Even no shadow. You see very less shadow is visible. Very less shadow.
Yes.
You see my shadow. Colors are not visible properly. Let me show you how it's going away. This is the finally it's moved away. We have seen totality fortunately in the live camera, and now it's going away.
Beautiful view.
Very fast, really. 38 second का हमने view देखा. Right. I need some time now. Okay. I'm switching back to Tanmay sir. I need some time to relax myself and to see how the camera has produced pictures. If we can show you some pictures, I'll just showing you.
Okay.
Gaurav, can we show some pictures here?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the one.
Yeah, this is the current one, and
have you captured the complete?
Yeah. Let me. Oh, banner देखा था banner का नाम
Sorry for the background noise, but everyone is very excited. We cannot control our emotions.
Wait.
This is what we have captured.
Beautiful.
This is what we have captured. Thank you so much, Tanmay sir. Fair enough. I'm taking a break here now. You can continue, Tanmay sir, for some Q&A. I must be logging back in just 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes.
Yeah. Not an issue. So everyone who is right now watching this live, let me tell you that this type of phenomenon is not something which we should be afraid of. so many questions and so many queries, so many myths, and it's very difficult that everyone were asking whether the corona will go away because of this eclipse, or will corona increase due to this eclipse. So let me tell you one thing, that in 1 century, routinely 28 such eclipses where they come in a row of three, right? If you remember, on 5th of June there was a penumbral lunar eclipse. Today it is annular solar eclipse, and on upcoming 4th of July late night there would be another total lunar eclipse. Though it is not going to be visible from India, it will be visible from the from the South America. But this is very routine, that whenever the node of ascending and descending node of the moon that crosses the solar plane, this is bound to happen. Now since the full moon to full moon or new moon to new moon routinely takes 29.5 days, so 37 days routinely is taken by any node to cross. Now, if during this node, if the eclipse is the first eclipse is taking place within first 2-3 days, then there is a probability that there can be three eclipses in a row. If you remember that from 26th of December to coming 14th of December, if you consider there is a 354 days that will complete, there are 7 eclipses, 7 total number of eclipses that will be completing in one year of 354 days. If I talk about the calendar year, then it happened in 1982, when in one calendar year there were 7 eclipses. Again, after some time, it will be in 2160, there would be again same type of thing where 7 eclipse will occur in one calendar year. So that is little less probability of having 7 eclipse in one calendar year. Otherwise, in 1 year there can be. Okay. Now I'll be just showing you that what type of phenomenon is taking place. So here there is very simple experiment that I have created, where there is on the right side there is a smiley ball. Now smiley ball is not sun, but smiley is always earth, right? So smiley ball is earth, and this one is a moon. So now what is the probability that, suppose if the both ball, suppose if my camera is sun, then right now you cannot see the moon. That means this is a lunar eclipse. But when the moon comes between the sun and the earth, the moon comes between the sun and the earth, that time the lunar shadow will be falling onto the earth, and it would cover some portion of the earth for either a solar eclipse, the total solar eclipse, or the annular solar eclipse, depending upon the position of the sun, moon and earth. When the moon is nearer to sun, then the moon's disk is larger than sun's disk, and when it is farther away, that time the moon cannot cover fully the sun. That is what has happened today. Today the moon disk was smaller than sun's disk, though the difference was not so great. If I tell you something about the difference, then the angular size of the sun today was 31 arc minute and 28 arc second, and compared to that the moon's disk was 31 arc minute and 18 arc second. So there is a small difference of 10 arc second only. So that is not much compared to other differences. So this is how small understanding about the total solar eclipse or about the annular solar eclipse that occurs. So, Anurag, over to you. I would like that you.
programs वगैरह.
Yes, Anurag. Over to you.
Hello. Sorry. Yeah, Tanmay sir, did you say something?
Yeah, I just made them understand about how this solar eclipse occurred and what was the exact angular distance, diameter of the sun and moon today.
Okay, all right, all right. I just came out from the hangover of eclipse. We were discussing Aviki how all of them are feeling,
I
and
really
everyone
envy
was
you
so.
right now. I envy you, Anurag. I envy you.
Matlab, believe me, everyone, those whoever is watching eclipse, various different age groups, gender, irrespective of anything, they are having a similar, different feeling in their
Yeah,
mind.
yeah. True.
Okay, no problem. So I'm back. Yes. Nature seems very fresh now. Earlier, nature seems to be in different shape. Now, nature seems very, very different here from Kurukshetra. Maybe because we have seen nature just like it was never before. I have a different point of view of saying things now. But let's. Yeah, Tanvir sir is showing very nice patterns of leaves again. Unfortunately, I don't have trees nearby. Otherwise, I would have shown the same. But very nice shadow picture, Tanvir sir.
Yes. So this is how the Ahmedabad eclipse is right now. So depending upon the total visibility of the sun, the leaves that will cast a shadow of that shape in the shadow. Now here again, I'm taking you to another portion where again you can see that this is what the totality
Yes,
of the
yes.
sun is right now, and it is really
If
beautiful that how nature is playing game with us. How beautiful, how beautiful.
very, very beautiful. I mean, I always wanted to see this sun patterns.
Yes.
All right. So there are few questions. I'm sure that the
Yes.
viewers have enjoyed the maximum because nobody have shown live totality like this as we were showing you. Every second we were live. So if you have any questions that you wanted to ask from us, you can write down in the comments and I will try my best to answer myself and ask my fellow mates to answer it. Similarly, eclipse is still going on, and still, if you wanted to see the visibility of the eclipse, the best way is to download the SciGaze app from Play Store. Type Scicomm, the organization name itself, and you will find an app and find out where the sun is, and then use the pinhole camera or any kind of projection to see it. Do not look naked eyes till now. And this is the right now vision of
Ahmedabad.
Ahmedabad eclipse position. So
Yes.
eclipse is drifting away right now, right?
Yes, it is receding away.
One thing I've experienced very unique that when the time of totality in Kurukshetra, as we are in open farm, so I have seen small insects. I don't know from where they have started coming out, but right now
Uh,
I'm not seeing. And you see very strange bird is here. I don't know if
uh,
you guys can see, but
Here in Ahmedabad, the temperature dropped down nearly 2.5 degrees or so. It was a cool breeze suddenly. Till that time, we were perspirating, and it was a different feeling altogether. The amount of light that was coming from sun lowered down drastically. We could see that there is, some small yellowing of the light, and also the
okay.
cool breeze. I am really surprised that even in 77% we felt so. And Anurag, you must have been, lucky to have that at nearly 95%, sorry, 98 percentage. So you
I
must
am
also
very lucky.
the temperature drop.
Temperature drop was significant at this hotness where I'm standing right now. It's quite hot, but
Wow.
at the time of totality, we have. I mean, I don't know what happened, but I have not felt a single itching or anything. It was complete. I can say temperature down. Even
Hmm.
we were feeling bit cold. That is true. We were feeling
Yeah.
bit cold, but it was for very small second. That's why we have not noticed it particularly, but definitely it was a big temperature drop.
Yeah. But it's all fun. Trust me. Like so many eclipses we have, seen and chased before. The eclipse that I remember when such a thing happened was in 1995. That was a Diwali day. That was 24th of October 1995.
Amazing.
And we were
Okay.
at Rajasthan Pakistan border near Ganganagar, and the totality was just for 32 seconds. It was 8:32 in the morning, and suddenly we were in the middle of a desert, so we could see the shadow coming from behind us, and suddenly it zooped, and it was so amazing to see all this. That time we were also photographing the sun through a telescope, and the totality was visible with solar flare was visible that time. And the most amazing aspect, it was complete dark, as well as there were three stars and two planets visible at 8:32 a.m.
Okay. Wow.
So this is something that amazes everyone whenever there is a eclipse.
Unfortunately, I'm not able to see stars in the sky because, uh, but definitely, if some stars was there visible, the camera must have captured it. And
Yeah.
when we process the camera pictures, we can see some stars definitely, as Tanmay said,
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
rightly pointed out. This the stars are also visible. What
Yeah.
what
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, what are different experiences, Tanmay sir, do you have while watching eclipses from foreign ground? Like I have heard you have been to Wuhan, the, the place where Corona originated. This place,
Yes. Yes.
Tanmay sir
Yes.
went 2 years back, right?
No. It was 2009. 11 years back.
Two, 11 years back, he went to Wuhan, China,
Yes.
to
Yes.
shoot to shoot an amazing solar eclipse. And
Yeah, let me tell you
I don't
something
know the
about that, Anurag. Thank you for
yes.
reminding
I'm
us.
very excited. I'm very excited to know the whole story because I don't know what went there. Because going from India to this foreign ground and shooting for an this eclipse, such craziness belongs to you only. I just wanted to hear what happened that day.
Yeah. Let me tell you. Basically, it was 22nd July when the longest total solar eclipse of 21st century was going to take place. And to shoot that, we just thought that because it is July month and there is a probability of overcasting of the sky, the monsoon season was there. So we just thought that everywhere in India there is no such probability of observing that. So we tried to look for the dryness of the whole path. And we came to know that in China it is 5 minutes and 31 seconds the totality that is going to remain, because the moon was quite near to the earth that day. And we found that Wuhan is the one where majority of the eclipse chaser are going to be. So from here in India, we were nearly, I believe, 14 people from India, where we went with so many equipment. Like there was a photometer, there was a spectrometer, and we wanted to, take the spectrography of the total solar eclipse, means the corona. We wanted to study. So we had chosen that we reached Wuhan some 5 days before the eclipse. So we reached there on, I think, 17th of July. Then we searched for a good place. It was too difficult to communicate, because out there it is not a very developed city where majority of the people are talking in English. It was not so. So they were talking in Mandarin, and it was a little tough for us to look for a good space. Finally, just in front of our hotel, there was a riverfront, a developed riverfront. That time it was 2009. And we happened to come across the police station out there, and we asked them, we pleaded them with someone from the hotel. There was a Bera who just guided us to the police station, and police station allowed us to set up all the equipment on the top of police station. So we were at the safe zone where we could establish all our equipments and everything. Then for 3 days we just had all the equipment ready, all the trials and the rehearsals were done. and man proposed, God disposed. That is the story behind any astronomical phenomenon. Where on the day 22nd July, it was cloudy. It was so much so cloudy that in the beginning it drizzled. There was a drizzling in Wuhan. So we were all shocked. It was completely means we were perspiring like anything for prior 3 days, and that day it
Yeah.
completely covered with a cloud. But even there was some glances, right? It was not completely covered. Sometimes we could see the partial. Sometimes it was gone. At the time of
I
totality,
wanted to ask you one thing.
yes.
Why, whenever such big event is there, why there is always clouds, and why there is even God is laughing. Why there is always clouds? Even
So
do you have some answer for that, or I have to go to God and ask this directly because very very strange.
it is called Murphy's law. So whenever you wish to if you are passing through, say, the toll road, and if you see that there are very few cars just in front of you, when you will reach there, that toll booth would take you to the last. After you, when the left and right, both the cars would be coming and going faster than you, and you would be still sitting at the smallest of the line. So that is Murphy's law, right? You also must have faced such thing.
God, God bless Murphy. Seriously.
So at that time, the
Even you won't
totality,
believe, even
yeah,
I mean, your experience is so terrifying that going to different country to shoot an
yes,
eclipse and you are facing a
exactly.
cloud. I don't know,
Exactly,
man.
exactly. So we spent
Such a
nearly five
bad.
and a half lakh rupees per person, and it was very tough for us because we
Oh
thought that
man.
since we are going to China, we would be roaming to Beijing and we will go to Shanghai and all. But after the eclipse, it flopped. Everyone's mood were off. It was too difficult to take and guide everyone to say ki nahi nahi chalo, let's enjoy the China wall, let's enjoy something. But everyone were low. Somehow the movie, somehow the capture of the totality all came very faint, but still the memory is there. And we always tell everyone who is amateur astronomer that always be hopeful and a positive thinker, because you never know what is going to happen. Suppose if Anurag is right now
Right.
traveled from Delhi to Kurukshetra, and if Kurukshetra is overcasted or even Ahmedabad is overcasted, what could we have been done? We could be just chatting.
Yes, very true. I mean, I think this is the excitement all about because nature wants people like us to be quite adventurous, and that's why that's why the
Yes,
last
yes,
moment he
yes.
put some adventure material into that. And every time Tanmay sir is very right. Once I have been to Spiti,
Uh,
and at that time we were around 14 photographers. Can you believe that?
oh,
It's a big
oh,
setup
oh,
we were taking out, and that was the
okay.
longest lunar eclipse of the century.
Uh-huh,
I still
uh-huh,
remember,
uh-huh.
and that is December time,
Okay.
and we were about to go to Spiti. I somehow rejected. I said I will not go
Uh,
because I can see some cloudiness. I
oh,
rejected
okay.
and I went to Rohtak. Can you believe that? Rohtak
Acha.
in Delhi. I've gone to
Yes.
shoot longest lunar eclipse of the century, 26 December,
Mm.
I guess. It was way
Uh-huh.
back in 2017 or 18, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
Mm,
Okay.
so at that time I didn't go, and I fortunately get only 1 minute of the view. Longest lunar
Oh,
eclipse, very small it was, but 1 minute view. Rest all the time it
okay.
was cloudy, raining.
Wow.
People were assuming that it will come, it will not come. We were night staying there because moon comes at night. So it was a night
Okay.
stay with lot more people. It was around family people, so there are around 15 people there, family members.
Mm.
And
Mm.
fortunately, at the time of 1 minute, when I have seen the longest lunar eclipse, everyone was very very happy. But but the whole adventure happened with the people who went to Spiti, crossing mountains and being to such a vast location, and they have seen nothing. All the time cloudy and raining. They were protecting
Exactly.
their
That's
cameras.
what.
So it
So
was very, very, very
this is always
risky.
the case. Let me again share you another experience of such kind. It was 11th of August 1999. That time again it was a monsoon and it was a total solar eclipse that was going to take place. And that time we just thought that being in Gujarat it would be definitely cloudy. So we just thought of going to Kutch. That's a deserted area, right? So we
Yes,
thought
yes, yes.
in the desert there would be the least of the probability of having cloud. And Anurag, you won't believe, only in Bachau where we were standing it was raining. Rest of whole Gujarat enjoyed the solar eclipse.
Oh my goodness. This is something not good.
So
Oh
this
my
is what
goodness.
this is something that we were laughing on us. We were all
Oh my
standing
God.
beneath the plastic cover because there were a number of telescopes and camera and everything was just underneath the plastic, and we were just looking at the
My
God.
God.
God, what are
Okay.
you doing to us? Why you are laughing at us? So such things are the experiences that one should expect that anything can happen, anything, and enjoy that.
Hmm.
You don't cry, you can't cry,
Right.
right? There is
We
even that
can't cry.
even that won't help.
Sir, I wanted to ask, is this something related to karma as well?
Karma, I saw this film. Yeah, the film was good.
No, not film. I don't know which film. Karma. I mean, the
No, no,
karma,
no, 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 no,
dharma,
nothing.
karam,
Let me, no, no.
something.
See, no, let me tell you something. है ना? I believe in God. I believe in nature. I believe in Almighty. Trust me. I love God. I'm not fearful of God. I love God. And when you say that there is a probability of doing something, and if you did a wrong karma, then what is the meaning of wrong karma? Wrong karma in what context? Every
Hmm.
country, every religion has its own definition of right and wrong. If you are in India, then there are specific laws for right and wrong. If you go to Fiji, there is a right and wrong in a different sense. Suppose if you kill a dog here
Hmm.
in India, you are doing a
Hmm.
sin. And if you kill the dog
Hmm.
in Russia, then you are saying that I am having a party today because I killed a dog and I'm going to eat a dog.
Oh God, acha. Right.
So
Perspective matters a lot.
yeah, it's all perspective matter, and I don't think that we should ever connect any such beautiful astronomical phenomenon with any of the humanly, act that we do here.
Okay. Let's have some scientific Q&A. If we
Yes,
can have some, if we can have some comments from YouTube, we will be answering it right now. If not, then I have prepared some list for myself so that we can
okay,
uh, discuss over it. And these are the questions received from our own astronomy club students
yes,
and some
please,
curious astronomers. So let's see how it went. And before just starting, let me show you how right now we are seeing what is the
please.
situation in Kurukshetra. This is the situation right now.
Wow, wow, beautiful. This is what we had here as a max.
Okay, I see that. Okay, this is now receding away. I think it will take another half an hour to almost halfway drift. This is what.
Hmm.
And I wanted to show Gaurav as well. What is the status of photography? Let me switch back to Gaurav. Yeah. Okay, so Gaurav has done this photography here, setup of camera, and this was just for the sake of totality. Then he has this continuous setup. He was uh, capturing the whole eclipse. So Gaurav, did you change some batteries or it was a
Yeah,
single
yeah.
battery shot?
I battery drain right before the annularity. Just so I expected that, so I calculated that time.
Hmm.
So I have also set an alarm for that.
Okay,
So
okay.
I have to
See how
change the battery.
prepared Gaurav is. He set an alarm for a battery drain, and before battery is draining, he has another battery pack to replace it. And apart from that, Gaurav has one more camera here. Gaurav, what is this camera all about, and why this is lying on a stool? What is the purpose of this, Gaurav?
Basically, it's for capturing the dimming of light
Okay.
during the eclipse,
Okay.
so that I can show you how the light is getting dim after, like when the annularity happens, and during the eclipse, how the light brightness of the ambient light.
Yes. Let me show you how his cameras look from the front. He has put this solar filter here, and because of this, his eyes is protected and camera lenses are good. And yes, so Gaurav, are you still shooting it, or is it over?
I'm shooting the last till the last phase of the eclipse, fourth contact.
So again, we will be putting the image by Gaurav, the complete image of totality of the solar eclipse, while having a very beautiful trail. Okay, so trail images we will be putting in the Scicomm page. You can go and you can subscribe beforehand to see these things. And this is the telescope. We have used it. We have seen the eclipse, and this is the solar filter from the top, and very wonderful. Something is happening. Okay, so let's have a Q&A. I request Team Scicomm to jot down all the Q&A if there was some from sources like YouTube and Facebook, and let's have it. Just give me a minute.
એક મિનિટ તમારે પગની નીચે દબાઈ રાખવું પડશે.
So your voice is coming from background. I'm at my peaceful place now. Tanmay sir, are you also there?
Yeah. I am here. Just actually, there is some, still the receding away pictures are being taken through the small scope. So,
Oh, okay, great. Can you show us your setup once more, Tanmay sir? I wanted to see how prepared and what is the planning going on from
this was the
Ahmedabad.
small thing where we were putting the image onto this small white cloth. You can see, I'll be just showing you. Here you can see that this is the exact phase right now from Ahmedabad, and this is the astronaut who has given us the company throughout. I'll be also showing.
Sir, this astronaut is not having the eyes. Did he watch the solar eclipse with his naked eyes?
Go behind the scene, so you can see now eyes. Okay. so it's a live astronaut this thing, and here again, as I said, that I have created the whole of a solar system. There is just a mahol, it's all the enjoyment, and there are all these facts that if a pin-sized piece of this size placed on the earth, you could not safely stand within 150 kilometer of it. So all these different things that this fact cards are showing, just for the sake of enjoying it. Like if the sun were the size of a dot on an ordinary size letter I, then the nearest star would be approximately 16 kilometers away. So these are fact cards that I routinely use for all different school students. Where I visit, I make them understand astronomy through such cards. And there was another way in which we enjoyed. I'll show you that also. अरे चाइनी क्या છે? Let me also show you how the. So this is again, I'll be showing you. See, this is the sheave that we routinely use, and this is the shape.
Oh, great.
This is the shape of the eclipse progress that is visible right now from Ahmedabad. Right. So all these direct method and indirect method we used here. so that everyone can enjoy. And because it is Corona time, I never allowed many people to come here. It is just the family who has gathered here, because the social distancing was even more important than the eclipse itself. uh, if you are healthy, if you are safe, then many more such eclipses can be enjoyed.
Very rightly said, Tanmay sir. And I know that when I was just going for a shooting, my parents and my friends told me to, don't go because it was a good risk. You know, it was a time of a coronavirus, and going anywhere such a distant place is a very challenging thing. But uh, I can say totally worth it, right? Even if there's a huge risk, but it's worth it, and we have done it with huge precautions. So I don't think so anything can stop us if we have a passion towards it. Go forward to
Very
it.
true. Very true. Very true.
So let's have Q&A. There
Yes.
are some questions that we should address
Yes.
from
Yes.
different channels.
Yes.
So we are preferring YouTube Live because YouTube Live in Scicomm channel is getting shared in many different places. Nehru Planetarium and National Science, Nehru Planetarium and CSIR is also publicizing it. So it's good to focus on YouTube. And if you are watching us from any other stream, you can put a question there, and we're trying to address it soon. So the first question that we are having from the YouTube is, it is from Payal Sengupta. Why it is so important to watch the solar eclipse? Why it is so important to watch the solar eclipse by naked eyes?
By naked eyes, matlab I didn't get the question.
Even I didn't know. Maybe she wanted to be sarcastic.
Yeah. See, let me correct the question that one should enjoy the total solar eclipse when there is a totality. That totality must be enjoyed when uh, the moon's disk is completely covering the sun's disk, so there is no light that is straight away coming to our eyes. But you should be very careful. Suppose if you know that there is a totality of say 32 seconds, then you should not enjoy this totality for more than 20 seconds, giving 5 seconds gap. When we were at Wuhan, we just thought that 5:30 means 5 minutes and 30 seconds is there, so we will be enjoying the eclipse for 5 minutes. So in the same sense, but that was naked eye, means we were not using any glasses and all, but we couldn't enjoy that time. But when we went to Ganganagar for 32 seconds, there was a total solar eclipse. That time we enjoyed for 20 seconds. So you can, but in the middle of the totality, not otherwise.
So when Tanmay sir is saying totality, it means the complete coverage of the sun by the moon. This is not what we have seen today. Today is an annular solar eclipse. It was not a totality, right? Okay. So taking this forward, the second question that we have received right now is, the harmful rays of sun could damage our retina,
Wow.
the light sensing cell in our eyes. Yes, that is right. I mean, she just wanted to say, yeah, okay, that is right. Next question is from Dhruv Jyoti Pal, and this is she is a student of BDM International School, Kolkata, class fifth.
Okay.
I am delighted to see such a wonderful and rare celestial event. Even we are delighted. So, few questions from my side is, uh, Tanvi sir, what do you tell about eating? Because people are asking a lot of questions about uh, something that we cannot eat during solar eclipse. So, what kind of food we can eat during solar eclipse, or any scientific research on it that eating food
Okay.
in
Very good
solar
question.
eclipse causes?
See, routinely we cannot eat during solar eclipse, means we are so amazed during solar eclipse that we forget to eat. Otherwise, I just had my snacks and nimbu pani and so many other things during solar eclipse, because otherwise you are drained, your energy is drained, it is too difficult. You cannot survive in this scorching heat without food and water. So there is nothing like do not eat. Please, do eat.
Okay, another question to us. This is by Diksha Oberoi. Okay, thank you so much. Amazing view, Ring of Fire. Thanks for the experience. Thank you so much. Even we like them. We liked it in the first. Every solar eclipse is a unique experience. What do you say, Tanmay sir? You have seen more eclipses than me. What's your vision towards having watching the eclipse? I mean, how rare it is, or what do you think about it? I mean, uh, Tanmay sir, are you here? Okay, all right. Maybe some problem from Tanmay sir's end, but it's okay. Thank you so much for asking this, asking such good questions, and we'll love to have more questions. But yes, there was a very beautiful question asked to me that how how many times in a month we can see such beautiful celestial event. Okay. Mm, I have something for you to show. Let me show you and tell you that how often we can see such astronomical phenomena and what are their natures. I'll try to switch camera and make you see that. So this is the month of April. This is a calendar by again Scicomm. So April, you can see there are some astronomical phenomena listed in the month of April. Okay, Lyrid meteor shower, as you can see here. This is a meteor shower. You can see shower coming up in the sky. Uh, you can see these showers from your places, but you have to be sure from where it is coming. But it appears anywhere in the sky. So better to download the app and check where is Lyrid constellation, because it seems to appear from here, but you can see anywhere in the sky, equal proportion. New moon, you know what is new moon. Here you will not see moon. Full moon, super moon. This is the month of April. Let me show another. May. So if you go for May, okay, again there are a lot of astronomical phenomena. Three are major. 22 again, you will see no new moon. If you will see 7, again there is Eta Aquarid meteor shower. Again, very prominent meteor shower, and we love to watch such meteor showers. And Gaurav, the kind of astrophotographers, used to capture the meteor shower in their camera because it's once a lifetime opportunities. Something is striking to your atmosphere, and you should capture it. So this is May. Let me go to June. You see more astronomical phenomena. One more, 4. There are total 4 eclipses. If you will go there, you will say June solstice, June 21st, new moon and annular solar eclipse. June solstice 21-22, and then you see here it's Mercury greater elongation. Then 5th, you will see full moon or penumbral lunar eclipse. So this was again a good event to watch from June, and this type of events you can see in a regular basis. Now next, so here is July, the month about to come. You will see more astronomical phenomena. Like on 5th, you will see lunar eclipse, but do check it out from where it is visible. Maybe it's not visible from your city, or maybe it's not visible from your country, because this solar eclipse also is visible from the northern belt of India, not the southern belt. Plus, you can see a lot more astronomical phenomena here, like Jupiter opposition. Here, you will see Jupiter at the maximum size. New moon again. In new moon, basically, you will see all the planets through a telescope, because no moon in the sky means no light pollution. Then there is again a meteor shower. Then Mercury greater elongations. This is not telescopic observation, but yes, you can use it for capturing photographs. Now next, August. Okay, so August again, there is a lot of astronomical phenomena having full moon. Then you see here it is Perseid meteor shower. One of my favorites meteor shower is here, and then you can see new moon is coming up. So again, keep an eye on these phenomena. These are lifetime opportunities. You will not able to see often. Sorry, this is 2019. I just this is again old 2019. So I'll not discuss, but we see a lot of astronomical phenomena in the month of November. Whenever it goes, I can say whenever it goes winter, you see a lot more phenomena coming up, like meteor shower and transit to the sun, full moon, new moon, conjugations of the planet, two planets eclipsing each other. This is again December 2019, but almost same thing will come in 2020 with slightly date change maybe. Okay, so this is what we will see. Tanmay sir is here right now. So this is pretty much from my side right now. Right now I have to close my cameras and finalize the shots. So I hand it over to Tanmay sir in case he wanted to explain what is eclipse actually is and how eclipse happens, and who all are affected because of eclipses. I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking also about the uh, celestial objects which are getting affected because of solar eclipse. So if Tanmay sir, you are available, can you just tell us about what, why, and how of eclipses?
Yes. Let me tell you that the solar eclipse and lunar eclipse, they are all shadow games. We all know since probably fifth standard we are taught that the one line the eclipse occurs. But then there is a question that if the sun, moon, and earth are coming in one line, then only the new moon and full moon is occurring. Then why only sometimes this eclipse are taking place? So let me tell you that suppose if my hand is a solar plane, then the moon is 5.14 degrees tilted to the solar plane. Now, what is a solar plane? Solar plane means if I am standing on earth and wherever I see the path of the sun, apparently we are actually moving around the sun, but wherever I see the path of the sun, so that is called ecliptic. Ecliptic in other common term is known as the solar plane. Now moon is making 5.14 degree tilt between the solar plane and the lunar plane. So whenever it crosses this node, it is called ascending and descending node. Wherever the lunar plane is crossing solar plane, there are 2 points. One point is where the moon goes up, so that is ascending node. The other way around, it comes down and it is called descending node. At these 2 points only, if during these 2 points, if there is a new moon or there is a full moon, then the eclipse occurs. So it is not all the new moon or all the full moon the eclipse will occur. So this is the first thing that one should understand. Second thing, like the 5th of June, if you remember, there was a lunar eclipse. If that time you observed the moon, you couldn't find that there is any sign of getting it eclipsed, right? If you see the photograph of a lunar eclipse, then it is always either a red or orange or brown of a different color, deep down colors. But this time it was not so. So what was that? It was a penumbral lunar eclipse. There is a umbral lunar eclipse and there is a penumbral lunar eclipse. Umbral eclipse means full eclipse of the moon, and penumbral eclipse means just a small dimming of the light of the moon. So that was the first eclipse that occurred in this series of three. Today is the second one. The third one is going to occur on 4th of July, late night. So here in India, it would be 5th July early night. It is not going to be visible here in India. It would be visible in South America. So need not to remain awake for the night. Such eclipses are commonly taking place 28 times in a century where triple eclipse occur. What is triple eclipse? As I said, that two lunar and solar in the middle, or two solar and lunar in the middle. So such eclipses can occur. There are probabilities when the Earth is moving in an elliptical way. In the same manner, the moon is also moving in elliptical shape around the Earth. That means it comes near the Earth and goes away from the Earth. So these are the time when it is farthest from the Earth. The moon, when it is farthest from the Earth, that time annular solar eclipse occur. But if it is nearest to the Earth, then there will be a total solar eclipse occur. There is another term called hybrid solar eclipse. Now, what is hybrid solar eclipse? When the Earth is curved, that you all know, right? It is a spherical. When it is curved, at the place when the curvature is starting for the shadow, there the shadow of the moon is not reaching to the surface, but it completes somewhere in atmosphere. So if I show you, then this is a cone like a structure which is supposed touching the surface of the earth like this, then there would be a total solar eclipse. But if I move my hand to here, then there is some gap between my cone and my skin. So there would be annular solar eclipse. So beginning of the eclipse is annular, it progresses to total solar eclipse. This is called hybrid solar eclipse, right? Today the disk of the sun and disk of the moon were very minute, different in angular size. If I tell about the solar disk, it was a 31 arc a minute and 28 arc second. Compared to that, the moon was 31 arc minute and 18 arc second. So there was a difference of just a 10 arc second. So we couldn't see more than 38 second of the totality. And also the disk that was covering the sun was also larger in terms of previous eclipse that occurred in the month of December. So this is just different types of eclipses. Over to Anurag.
Yes,
Anurag,
yes, I am just here, sir. Thank you so much for showing such a beautiful explanation of what and how of the eclipse. And I hope all the viewers have given the total clarity about what is eclipse, because we have received a lot of questions regarding that. If still there is some doubt about the eclipses and queries regarding that, we are happy to help. Um, right now, I think Tanmay sir and I will take a break.
yes.
In this break, you can see some footages clicked by our side or from other places which are shown in the channel. So enjoy that. We will be soon back. Thank you.
Thank you.
A solar eclipse happens when the moon's shadow falls somewhere on the surface of Earth, and a lunar eclipse is the opposite, when the Earth's shadow falls on the moon. The two sections of the shadow, the dark umbra and the partially shaded penumbra, their placement determines which type of eclipse we can see from Earth. But not all eclipses are made equal. The most spectacular, the one for your bucket list, is a total eclipse of the sun. A A total solar eclipse begins as a partial eclipse. You'll notice trees projecting the crescent sun and shadows becoming sharper than normal. The landscape darkens to a bluish gray, and you'll start to feel the temperature drop. From the west, the moon's shadow rushes towards you like a silent storm. Look up, and you'll see the last sliver of the sun sparkling like a diamond ring before it's broken into a string of beads by the moon's rough terrain. Now you can see the pearly glow of the sun's corona and the pink and red light from the hydrogen gas of the chromosphere. Together, these make up the sun's outer atmosphere, and a total solar eclipse is the only occasion you have to lay eyes on it. This is totality, and if you get a chance to see it, you should. The moon orbits Earth every 29.5 days, but we don't get eclipses every month. That's because the moon's orbit isn't in line with Earth's orbit. It's tilted about 5 degrees. That doesn't seem like much, but keep in mind that the scale of the model we're showing to you is way off. If the Earth and moon are this size, the distance between them should be around 10 feet. At this distance, 5 degrees is enough to keep the moon's shadow off of Earth and the Earth's shadow off the moon most months. So why do we ever get eclipses? Because there are 2 points where the moon's orbit crosses the sun's plane, called nodes. And as the Earth moves along its annual orbit, those points line up with the sun about twice a year. As the moon passes between the sun and Earth at that time, we get a solar eclipse. And when it's behind Earth at that time, we get a lunar eclipse. There are a ton of orbital quirks that make predicting eclipses really complicated, but in general, we'll have a few solar and a few lunar eclipses of some sort every year. But you're more likely to see a total lunar eclipse in your lifetime than a total solar one. The totality of a lunar eclipse can last well over an hour, and it's viewable for anyone on the night side of Earth. The moon often turns red during a total lunar eclipse because our planet's atmosphere scatters the bluer wavelengths of light while the longer, redder wavelengths pass through. Or to put it another way, a total lunar eclipse projects all of the world's sunsets and sunrises onto the moon. Total solar eclipses seem much more rare because totality lasts just a few minutes, and although Earth gets a total solar eclipse every 18 months on average, each one is only viewable by less than 0.5% of Earth's surface. Eclipse chasers travel all over the world to put themselves in the path of that shadow. In a total solar eclipse, the moon precisely covers the sun from the vantage point of some place on Earth. This is possible because by coincidence, the sun and the moon appear to be about the same size in our sky. While the sun is 400 times bigger than the moon, it's also about 400 times farther away. But this alignment isn't constant. The moon has an elliptical orbit. Its size varies about 12% throughout the month. When it's closer to us, we can get total solar eclipses, but less than 30% of solar eclipses are total. More often, we get partial eclipses, where the alignment is a bit off, or annular eclipses, where the moon is too far away to fully block the sun, leaving a ring of sunlight around the moon. In the far future, Earth will only get annular and partial solar eclipses because our moon is moving further away. We know that because Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong left mirrors on the moon in 1969. Astronomers bounced lasers off those mirrors to measure the moon's distance, and that's how they found out that the moon is moving away from Earth by more than 3 centimeters per year. So in 1 billion years or so, whatever creatures live here will witness Earth's very last total solar eclipse.
We can see on the radio on the screen a fantastic total solar eclipse taken from the pictures above the clouds.
This is just fantastic.
A lot of early civilizations feared eclipses. They were seen as an attack on the sun or moon by the forces of darkness. But now that we understand our place in space, eclipses are an occasion for awe and for gratitude. All over the galaxy, rocks are casting shadows on other rocks, but only here, as far as we know, is there someone to notice them.
I think to describe it all, it will be really humbling. Because you just realize how small you are in the universe. And what you do in life doesn't really matter. I think it's making me a bit cynical. I think I need to think about all that. Whether what I do in life is true or not.
Hello. We observe many stars, planets, and constellations. And we see a lot of types of plants and many other things about the moon and planets, animals, and the we realize the experience of ghost experience. We did the meditation and we feel that we are in the mountain, clouds. And we get to know that there is a galaxy about the fifth darkest place. Yes, this is the fifth darkest place in India. There are many games and activities to do like rock force, line pottery, etc. There are many activities. We like all these activities. We like all. We observed the plants and it was very good. Yes, it was very good. We saw the movies also.
Okay, which type of movies?
About stars and about the in galaxy. We saw the planets also from microscope. Yes, from microscope. We saw it is also and Saturn planet. Saturn planet is around with the ring of the.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, guys.
A solar eclipse happens when a new moon moves between the Earth and the Sun, blocking some or all of the Sun's rays from reaching the Earth. By cosmic chance, even though the Sun is 400 times wider than the Moon, it's also 400 times farther away. Therefore, the two objects appear the same size in our sky. Astronomers are able to predict eclipses because the Earth and Moon have very predictable orbits. Why then isn't there an eclipse every month? The Moon's orbit is usually tilted a few degrees north or south in relation to the Earth. When the Moon does eclipse the Sun, it casts two types of shadows on Earth: a smaller, darker shadow known as the umbra, and a larger shadow known as the penumbra. There are four types of solar eclipses. The first and most spectacular is a total eclipse, when the Moon completely covers the Sun's surface. A total eclipse can only be seen if you're standing within the umbral shadow. That's why the imaginary line created by this shadow as it races across Earth is known as the path of totality. People within the penumbral shadow see only a partial eclipse, the second type. From this view, outside the path of totality, the Moon passes in front of the Sun off-center, never fully covering its surface. Third, an annular eclipse occurs when the Moon passes directly in front of the Sun. However, unlike a total eclipse, the Moon appears too small to fully cover the Sun. The Moon's orbit is elliptical, so sometimes it's closer to Earth and sometimes it's farther away. Last, a hybrid eclipse is when the Moon's position between the Earth and Sun is so finely balanced that the curvature of the Earth plays a role. The Moon will be farther away from some parts of Earth along the eclipse's path, resulting in an annular eclipse. In other parts, the Moon will be just close enough to fully cover the Sun, resulting in a total eclipse. While a total solar eclipse happens somewhere on Earth every year or two, any given point on Earth experiences the event only about once every 400 years. We interrupt this video for an important safety announcement. Looking directly at the Sun, even during an eclipse, can cause permanent eye damage. Fortunately, there are ways to enjoy an eclipse safely. The easiest is to use certified eclipse-watching glasses, which are shaded thousands of times darker than typical sunglasses. You can also look at the eclipse indirectly by making a pinhole viewer. Simply poke a small hole in a piece of cardboard. Hold the cardboard up to the Sun, allowing the Sun's image to be projected onto a flat surface. Be sure to look only at the surface and not through the cardboard. Just before the Moon completely covers the Sun, low-lying valleys on the Moon's edge will be the only spots that sunlight continues to pass through. These remaining brilliant shafts of light, known as Bailey's beads, will disappear one after another. And finally, a single bead of light remains, known as the diamond ring, signaling that you're just seconds away from experiencing totality. Once the last bead disappears and the Moon completely covers the Sun's surface, the view through your eclipse glasses will be pitch black. Totality achieved. At this point, none of the Sun's rays are reaching your eyes, and it's the only time that it's safe to take off your glasses. Remember to put your eclipse glasses back on before any of the Sun's rays start to peek through again. Any sunlight reaching your eyes, even for a few seconds, can cause serious damage. While an eclipse can last a few hours, totality typically occurs for less than 3 minutes. Animals and plants have also been known to alter their behavior during a total eclipse. Songbirds may stop singing, crickets may start chirping, and flowers may even start to close up. We won't always be able to see total solar eclipses. The Moon moves about 1.5 inches away from Earth each year. It's estimated that in about 1 billion years, the Moon will be too far away from Earth to completely cover the Sun.
A solar eclipse happens when the Moon's shadow falls somewhere on the surface of Earth, and a lunar eclipse is the opposite, when the Earth's shadow falls on the Moon. The two sections of the shadow, the dark umbra and the partially shaded penumbra, their placement determines which type of eclipse we can see from Earth. But not all eclipses are made equal. The most spectacular, the one for your bucket list, is a total eclipse of the sun. A total solar eclipse begins as a partial eclipse. You'll notice trees projecting the crescent sun and shadows becoming sharper than normal. The landscape darkens to a bluish gray, and you'll start to feel the temperature drop. From the west, the moon's shadow rushes towards you like a silent storm. Look up, and you'll see the last sliver of the sun sparkling like a diamond ring before it's broken into a string of beads by the moon's rough terrain. Now you can see the pearly glow of the sun's corona and the pink and red light from the hydrogen gas of the chromosphere. Together, these make up the sun's outer atmosphere, and a total solar eclipse is the only occasion you have to lay eyes on it. This is totality, and if you get a chance to see it, you should. The moon orbits Earth every 29.5 days, but we don't get eclipses every month. That's because the moon's orbit isn't in line with Earth's orbit. It's tilted about 5 degrees. That doesn't seem like much, but keep in mind that the scale of the model we're showing to you is way off. If the Earth and moon are this size, the distance between them should be around 10 feet. At this distance, 5 degrees is enough to keep the moon's shadow off of Earth and the Earth's shadow off the moon most months. So why do we ever get eclipses? Because there are 2 points where the moon's orbit crosses the sun's plane, called nodes. And as the Earth moves along its annual orbit, those points line up with the sun about twice a year. As the moon passes between the sun and Earth at that time, we get a solar eclipse. And when it's behind Earth at that time, we get a lunar eclipse. There are a ton of orbital quirks that make predicting eclipses really complicated, but in general, we'll have a few solar and a few lunar eclipses of some sort every year. But you're more likely to see a total lunar eclipse in your lifetime than a total solar one. The totality of a lunar eclipse can last well over an hour, and it's viewable for anyone on the night side of Earth. The moon often turns red during a total lunar eclipse because our planet's atmosphere scatters the bluer wavelengths of light while the longer, redder wavelengths pass through. Or to put it another way, a total lunar eclipse projects all of the world's sunsets and sunrises onto the moon. Total solar eclipses seem much more rare because totality lasts just a few minutes, and although Earth gets a total solar eclipse every 18 months on average, each one is only viewable by less than 0.5% of Earth's surface. Eclipse chasers travel all over the world to put themselves in the path of that shadow. In a total solar eclipse, the moon precisely covers the sun from the vantage point of some place on Earth. This is possible because, by coincidence, the sun and the moon appear to be about the same size in our sky. While the sun is 400 times bigger than the moon, it's also about 400 times farther away. But this alignment isn't constant. The moon has an elliptical orbit. Its size varies about 12% throughout the month. When it's closer to us, we can get total solar eclipses.
Hello everyone. I hope you have enjoyed watching solar eclipse with us. And we are also just winding up. It's a time of a little bit of adjustments. We will be showing you more of what we have taken the pictures sooner, maybe in the evening or tomorrow and Monday. Before that, if you have any questions, if you wanted to ask more queries, you are free to drop down your queries in the comment. We will like to answer them one by one. Again, you can follow Scicomm channel to get more of such live sessions. Some of the enthusiastic astronomers can join us completely, regardless of the age. They can join us. They can be the part of such excursion trips that we do often. You can join us in any such kind of excursion trip for any astronomical phenomena. Plus, there are a lot more events that we keep organizing. We invite you all to join it to make science better for tomorrow. Let's make it more playful. Let's make it more gamified. And such kind of life changing events does not happen frequently.